Stages, I think that we got both our LG teams facing off against one another here in game number 1.
Yeah, really cool to see Luminon supporting, smaller tournament, giving them some incentive to get some teams out here and supporting some teams playing here. And that's what we're about to watch. Luminon Eclipse versus Solar Flares. About to be on your screen.
Now, for a few of you that don't know, now Synth is actually like the #1 player in this side of East Coast for all of us. So, Synth, we're walking into game 1. We got King of the Hill. Things to immediately take kind of note of the early pressure. They decided to swing out from off of that turbine side as S7 was picked up immediately by Mini Zerker. Now, you're saying that you played with Mini B before, right? So, like, this dude's hot on the sticks once you give him the boomstick?
Yeah, Mini B, 16 years old, kind of a prodigy currently. He's been popping off in really high tier lobbies. Excited to see what he can manage to come up with today.
See if
Good
some of
line.
that, see if some of that also does translate. Like, you have the early presence of just being able to kind of make that first rotation. A lot of these guys, I feel like we saw them do jumping jacks between some of the power outs whenever we were setting up initially. I think Papa B of the Mini B hanging out with them as well. So a lot of cool support that a lot of these LG guys got this, I guess, early portion of this Friday.
Yeah, definitely seems like a good vibe over there. Everybody looks happy and hopefully ready to play Halo. So far, Eclipse with a little bit more time, but as players step into the goal.
About to score.
Off the map!
Straight into the drink. Dramora with a somewhat dramatic whiff off of the follow, hoping for the old pop and stop with the new belly button with that S7 and maybe getting a melee. Has to go for the repulsor play instead. Now Spookizi hoping to gain that little bit of extra time to maybe complete the rest of this hill. All of Flare hoping to finish off, and they do. Hill number 1 goes their way. One player that I'm looking at who's actually posing up the fat donut, Nazcast. Yeah, we go online with him as he actually had played over with, I believe, York. So that's YCP from the college Halo side. Did really well during that. Still looking for his first kill though.
On the other side of that team, we see Spooky now on 7 and 3, starting to kind of take over this lobby.
Enemy team took the hill.
See what he can do as he comes off respawn.
Mora getting a bit of a dose of his own medicine as he was thrown into the drink just as fast as he'd done so just a little bit ago. So saw a lot of these guys hanging out early portion whenever this was initially getting set up. It felt like collaboratively with all of LG. Really, they're like, all right, we're gonna keep them active, reset the PCs. We look like to just keep them going, get set. They look just fine. So now as we kind of throw them in a collision course together, a lot more flare. I mean, they're getting some early access, especially to some of these power weapons as well as utility. I think this is the second time we've seen them, not just with sniper, but as well as with the camo. So Nazcast is just an assist king right now, throwing whatever he can at the wall. Spaghetti sticking to it.
Yeah, not much out of that camo for him though. Still with 0 kills, but with a camo used and a sniper now in his hand. We'll see if he can. Already gets one.
On its way, trying to trade up immediately. They want to be able to throw themselves all the way out. I mean, look, that's one way to secure that your opponent doesn't get the sniper, right?
Yeah, good old Chuck. Never goes wrong. Bales on Flare, 10 and 5 at the moment. Spooky next to him at 9 and 5. A lot of slays in Flare. A lot of hills on the side of Flare. But Eclipse with the initial time on this hill.
I think the biggest kind of note right now that we're seeing here in this first game, Flare, they obviously, to your point, I think what, 30 kills at this point? but look how much in terms of the assists that are coming through. 4
Right.
clips contributing in a similar capacity, but none of it's really a crossfire. It's like ones and twos. What can you do individually? And not much has been set up in like a team sort of fashion. Same thing. Bales ends up just kind of going whole hog over to this third hill, and then the rest is finished off by his teammates that are coming from top line just over that key. So, good looks at this point. Flare looks like they kind of get this one in the bag right now, but this third hill is still up for contest.
Definitely. But with this camo going to Spook Easy, I believe, it's looking more and more unfortunate Eclipse. Just a lot of kills going towards Flare right now, though. Not seeing many. Wow. Not seeing many team fight wins
Enemy
for
about to
Eclipse.
score.
Eventually, see some more teamwork.
Be able to at least take some time as they basically just full barrage this. Another repulsor play turns into a triple kill. Out from the Busa and maybe from the brink, they're able to at least get one hill. So where it was looking dramatic to flip it into a 3-0 position, the rest of the gang from out of Eclipse shows that there is a pulse at the beginning of this series.
Enemy team took the hill.
Really good positioning from Bales there, sitting next, just looking for that Bags player. Gives them control of Sniper on the start of this next hill. And Spook Easy puts it to work immediately, picking up 1 kill with the power weapon.
Trying to infiltrate from behind his good old Busa. Ends up with a nice frag. But that is going to cut them down short as well as Bales comes through. Now will alleviate some of that extra pressure. So we're getting out of Flare what was maybe just left unfinished. They had to catch up on hill number 3. Eclipse, they're going to be left to have to do much the same. QT, I believe, was just gotten. No, Dremora was off timing on that. Doesn't really matter. Trying to catch them as they come in through the low side sewer. Mini B won't be able to do much more than simply duel with Dremora. So 3-1 at this point, and now you have to capture the toughest hill. It's a lot of time, though.
I believe Spook Easy still has a couple shots left in his sniper rifle. Sitting top tower, I believe. Making it hard for Eclipse to get much position on the map. Gets stuck, though. That might be an opening for Eclipse to go ahead and get something done.
Be hanging out into the little portal door, the little, you know, the cat-like shelf, if you will. You just pop up and down, depending on if you have a repulsor too. Or did not even have to think that someone was underneath there. And they're actually going to go and duel even more, which is Mini B just kind of being taken out as they try to sit in the same spot. So, everyone chilling, looking for yet another camo if they can grab it. And I believe another one was. I think that is 100% camo grabs for Flare. They have been utility Mongols, just taking over and not letting anyone else have a chance to choice.
Yeah, you really notice them moving up as a pack and taking out the Eclipse members one at a time. Dremora almost winning that for a triple kill, but will three of Eclipse will fall.
Oh. That should be the end of game number 1. So it started
Flare.
with a more of a 50-50 to begin things, but as Flare really started gaining ground, that's where everything started just kind of settling in for them. This is our first of the day, and as a reminder for you guys, we got group stages that are happening today, and then it's either going to be in day or into day number 2 tomorrow. We'll be hitting it with a bracket where the top 2 from out of this group stage will be making over into the lower or to the upper bracket for a winners final to try and qualify for the grands. And then the lower half will go into the lower bracket. So kind of like a 4-match situation for double elimination. But otherwise, solid start here for Flare.
Yeah. Definitely good on the side of the kills. I'm also seeing a lot of hill time out of all of them collectively. I can definitely see throughout that match them playing together more and playing to help each other more than maybe Eclipse did. And I think that's showing in just the amount of kills that they were able to pick up.
Yeah, honestly, felt like it was overall. I feel like there's 2 game types that I like the most as a Kickstarter to an overall like kind of map mode series. I love King of the Hill, because it forces you to kind of get crispy about rotating, about kind of just moving about a map in the first place, and then settling in and getting some slays because you have to be present onto the hills. It's not like a set it and forget it like frustration situation that you get on strongholds. And then the other one being oddball.
Slayer.
I feel like oddball gives you like a settle point just before you ultimately have to get into some slaying. But for this one, we do go over to Origin, some Slorigin, if you will, Slayer Origin, as we'll be moving this direction. You said you're a big Halo 5 fan. Does Origin settle well with you?
I wouldn't necessarily call myself a big Halo 5 fan, but I did definitely appreciate
Biggest.
how the game played. And I think this map translates fairly well to Infinite. The creator, I don't recall precisely who it was who forged this, but I think it was a pretty faithful recreation, and I think it plays well.
It has created some of the more dramatic, I want to say, of finishes. I saw it just recently. I mean, especially when you hit CTF onto this map, it very rings really well with especially the combination of the single snipe and the single rockets that allow you to have like a bunch of options for getting in and getting out. Solid duel from out of Nazcast, who on first life is starting with 4 kills, by the way. Trying to at least get rid of one man from behind, that's Mini B. But Nazcast remains alive and is looking for a killing spree. Remember, we're in our first 10 kills here of Slayer. Trying to stay up and maybe move their way towards benches. Trying to get that good old star medal, and they will get an assist for it. They're going to try and rock on back.
Hopefully should pick up that sniper that, what was it, Hayabusa maybe dropped there. Nazcast just making quite the opening here, picking up kill after kill, now 6-0, as he just continues to find members of Eclipse.
It's pretty quiet as basically they're chasing rotation right now. Mini B getting caught over towards that. Oh, that cave side. And Naz ends up dropping. He had the advantage there, but I think Ninja Dilly helped him out with the tiniest bit of corner crossfire. Oh, you jump up top benches on this little bridge, and you're basically Aston being shot in the butt.
Now Spookeasy with the sniper, he's currently looking for some faces. Will find the body shot on the Mini and take him out of the equation. Out of sniper shots though, and one shot hiding in the cave. But Eclipse just continues to fall one after another. Now 17-9. You know, all comebacks are possible, pretty much, and the game doesn't start really get going until later. But off the opening, I mean, I'd like to see more out of Eclipse here.
Yeah, Eclipse seems to be. Yeah, Eclipse seems to be doing that from like a more medium standpoint. You have a high cliff that Nazcast, I think, set up initially. I mean, they're 9-2. Things have slowed down just the tiniest bit for them. Slayer is obviously where they shine. I think there was a lot of finishing actually coming out of York whenever they were playing for YCP. But for Eclipse, it's not. They haven't let them get too out of sorts. You hit double digits, and then you think mentally, okay, this game is chalked. Like, throw it away, whatever. We're not gonna deal with it any further. This is still within a snowball's chance, and maybe even a couple of them. But no, like you mentioned, I really don't start kind of counting my chickens until about mid-30s, not where I sit age-wise. So, you know, everything starts feeling a little bit more comfortable when you start getting there.
Slayer just keeping this lead at about 9 or 10. If they can keep this up, this could look like a win, but Eclipse just needs to use this sniper that Mini Berserker has and pick up some kills to start turning this back in their favor. They will fall too. It's a 2v2 on match. Eclipse should have quite landing snipers. 8 kills now.
Bit of option paralysis at that point. You knew that they were rotating up into that Mauler corner, and then well, I guess now Pistol corner, but unfortunately for them, they really couldn't find much more. But now suddenly things come back alive as they kind of toss the stick from Berserker over to Busa. Still within about 8 to 9 kills away, though. This is where Flair can really dive the dagger deep into the back of Eclipse, take out Brother Squad, and kind of send them to the other side and say, haha, take this L. Just wait for it going into the next round of group stages. Still not quite out yet. Ninja Dilly showing up late term.
Trying to live bottom mid. Bottom mid's a risky place. You can get shot at from a lot of angles, especially if you don't have help. Just trying to move his way back out. Oh. Can he find the kill? No. Spookies will take him out.
Seems like this is where it's all going to start going wrong for Eclipse. Down 12 at this point, about to crest into that 40 range for Flair. They're all basically trapped. Oh, especially with the Rockets online. They didn't want to have to use it if they didn't need to. They were letting their teammate go as low as they can, but they gave them the green light. They know someone was rotating away. I think that was Suwa. There's one, if Forget-Me-Not for Busa. Swing and a miss for Suwa. They might end up surviving this, but that is all she wrote. 16-8 for Dramora. What a start for Naz when he now 13-5. But Dramora, that 2.0 KD, really has taken over the rest of this lobby. We got 5 kills out before this one starts getting to a posted 2-0 series.
Yeah, I don't think there's much Eclipse can do at this point, especially with players just being so aggressive, but also efficient. You know, you see all the assists on the side of Flair and barely any on Eclipse. And Flair's just working together efficiently to get the win here.
Their cells. You know what? The key thing, they dodged the stake. That's what matters the most. That's the main part of the game. So everything ends up going nicely for Flair. They took advantage of a very quick start. So I want to see exactly where we kind of settle in. Show us some damage. Show us some. Okay, good. We at least get some of that. So Dramora ended up with 20 kills, by the by. Solid lookout for them. But Nazcast, I felt like it was that quick start for them that really kind of propelled everything in the right direction. But show us some good old damage. Also, everyone give some love over to Slim, who's kind of guiding the way for us today. 4K for Naz. Dramora on some cleanup duty as well. Actually ended up going kind of negative. So that 900-point diff for Naz, obviously like kind of tilted the entire lobby as theirs, and they just never let go.
Definitely. Naz definitely started the match strong, and, you know, they continued the match strong. They used power weapons to their advantage a lot. You know, you saw Eclipse kind of not taking the biggest, not using the power weapons to their fullest potential. You know, missing a lot of snipes, whatever it may be. Flair just very efficient. You know, you saw the rockets coming through. And yeah, just getting the kills.
And for all of you out there, we will be restarting the stream. We're going to add a little delay. We don't have one right now, so we're going to do that for the moment. We'll be back. Make sure to just spam F5 as absolutely fast as you can for more of the Keiser Classic. We'll be back with game number 3 between both our LG squads right after this short break. Was it because, oh, welcome back, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic time out there. All right, we'll get into game number 3 here momentarily. If you have not hit the stream refresh key, well, then that means I'm actually talking to ghosts, because you can't know that in the past I said the thing for the future of the present. So whichever. We're back with the Keiser Classic, as game number 3 will be on the way between Flair and Eclipse. I'm still Hell Monkey Man alongside Synth. So Synth, all right. You're in this situation. I know you're big gamer, right? Be it duos, be it free for all, be it MCC, be it chess, checkers. You know, you throw down with the best of them. Big chess guy? Okay.
Not a big chess guy.
Not a big chess guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Queen's Gambits. I got it. Understood. Okay. So we walk into this. You're down 0-2, and the classic thing to say is one game at a time. But you just got rolled in like some very Slayer-heavy situations. So now we go Strongholds, where this one is probably like, as soon as you start getting trolled for your crossfire as well as for your spawn, you're kind of out of sorts. So how do you just like step into this game?
Well, you kind of just it's a really big mental game here. You know, being down on the brink of a loss is never a good feeling. Just focusing on thinking about what you're currently doing and making sure you're making the right decisions. That goes a long way into the game and making it back like this. Ninja Dilly doing exactly that as he picks up an overkill off the start of this game. 4-0 for him, wiping Team Flare. And they will secure B.
Enemy team.
So sad we didn't get to see the end of that. They were fighting a very disadvantageous low to high ground position, especially up into that rafters, but Ninja Dilly did not care. The early portions of recharges often, regardless of what game type they are, always start as a swift slayer to try and get into that that camo with a shock rifle, at least landing once. Keiser goes down. Ninja Dilly giving the love back to his fans out there, wanting to see him succeed. But it's triple cap. He had some early points. Now they've surrendered position.
Yeah, now for Eclipse here, it's just going to be focusing on getting back up, getting some kills as they are, and starting to flip the map back into their favor. They had some early control, they got some early points with it, and now they just need to regain control of the map. And these kills will go in their favor, and will make that much easier for them.
Enemy team scored.
Ninja Dilly currently sitting 6-2, killing everything.
I do not dislike the overt aggression that Ninja is actually throwing out onto the map right now. Hyper rotate, force away. One thing is that like you have your two plot positions when it comes to strongholds, and then you end up saying, all right, we want to kind of go all in 4 trip caps, give us rotationally a clue where our opponent is coming from, but it also spreads kind of your spawners. And I've seen a lot of folks that kind of stick with an AB, force people to go over towards blue pipes, sit there, cry about it, you know, whatever ends up happening. But this is kind of the more precarious one because you have to traverse a lot through control room. But if you control that spot, you control a heavy sightline of the entirety of this map, especially overlooking B, which is barely being held right now by Eclipse's points gained by Flare.
Although Ninja Dilly is flying at them with no fear.
True.
Really just owning this lobby at the moment. 9-4, 4 dead to fall Flare, and Ninja Dilly will also pick up this camo as he looks for the spawners and edge. They just continue to control this. Currently up, got 20 points as they go for the triple cap. Already getting damage on those spawners. Does Hayabusa know there's one in gold is the question.
I think the biggest question I have, whenever Ninja Dilly runs, is it dilly dallying? I don't think so, because they're not late to anything.
No,
Dilly,
he's on time.
Yeah, in fact, he's hitting them with the dilly dilly. If he's from Philly, it's the Philly dilly special. Ooh, trying to back on up as that camo, I think, is effectively out, doing as much damage as possible. And they're about to hit that triple digit situation as the rest of Flare just can't quite figure out what they gotta do. Nazcast goes down. It's gonna be a double kill. No! Eventually one from the grave. They were hoping that they get to keep their life up. Ninja Dilly, the only one surviving right now for Eclipse.
On the other side of the map, we have Fails, currently 8-6, seemingly putting out a lot more kills than his teammates, just trying to bring this back towards their favor. Sua will move towards C, try and pick up this hydro. Misses the melee, but Mini Berserker will be there to clean it up. Currently 66. Will he win this 1v1? He will not, as all 4 momentarily fall for Eclipse.
This has been the strangest of holds. Basically, Flare's gone for a no-touch off of B for the longest time. Just holding kind of an AC split. And now they're rotating width-wise outside to red and gold. Not really wanting to deal with any of that battery situation. Sua, they took A, and now it's going to become a trip cap as a punisher That's actually to make sure that they have at least A, B before that blue pipes of hydro gets taken up. And now they've really got them kind of in a corner situation because they can run them down, keep aggressive. Suo wants to do the same thing. They've got Bales. Bales is stuck. A lot of attention though in that direction. Ends up being a 2-kill run. Okay, make it 20 points up just right now for Flare. Suddenly you have a takeover by Eclipse.
Yeah, unfortunately there when Dremora pushed C at Hayabusa, he fell and ended up giving Eclipse the whole long haul side of the map, and they were able to move into gold. Capture B. Will he get
Enemy team
to win this fight? Ends up in a trade, unfortunately.
Looks like some the sprint magnetism from off of these regular melees has completely fallen by the wayside. We've seen a lot of open whiffs of elbows flying in air, but these guys are not finding the same speed they normally do. Looks like A is aimed to be flipped as it was huge catch-up time. That is a stick. It's going to be a dramatic finish that keeps points rolling. Now as Flare suddenly takes over the lead, and it becomes an all-in situation here out in top mid. Batteries going nuts. Busa trying to do the same thing as they rotate from out of this whirlpool. They're caught as they end up just on a solo mission.
Dilly and who is that? Sua are going to try and push into C here. Pick up some kills to try and flip this in their favor, but Sua will fall quickly. There are probably more people in C than Dilly can handle.
I don't know, you've ever seen Dilly? Dilly benches 250. Dilly can do it.
Does Dilly bench 250?
I have no idea. I'm assuming though.
He can get 16 kills with only 10 deaths. He could probably bench 250. Wouldn't put it past the man.
That's the Dilly deltoid, if you will. Oh, the stick. That's gonna be the end.
Fall for that though.
Enemy team scoring.
So finally, after a rampage of scoring, I think differential-wise, that was at least an 80 to 20 point swing between these two. So giving Flare a pretty substantial lead. An A-B C hold. Whew. Provides Sua a chance to become a sorcerer with the way they're throwing out lightning bolts. 13-11, half strength, making it only one. Nazcast, the lone survivor. He can't really do too much, so he's gonna get the rest of the squad together. But every sideline that they got is being seen quite quickly, especially by Ninja Dilly, the demon out here.
He will have to back off that fight though, as he has made one shot up in glass. Just trying to look for stuff to do. Does unfortunately fall to Dremora there. But they continue this AB hold quite strong as 3 of Flare's Whirlpool and should get this cap.
They'll be able to flip it, but at the same time that they're flipping A, they're losing strength on C, so they're gonna try and spread it out over towards B. That's not reset as 2/3 of that plat are currently held. They have one man in top window. That bait was so nice to get everyone to go towards batteries. A 10-point flip, now in favor of Eclipse. Flare thought they had the man advantage working into elevator just a bit ago to get A, but it became a mousetrap. They've at least been able to navigate. They have 2 men, bottom side elevator. C is suddenly under contention. The strongholds might come down to the wire right now, son.
Yeah, you know the old saying is first to 250 is wow. Perfect pre-aim on that, by the way, out of Hayabusa. Incredible kill there, but the saying is first to 200 is the first to 250, and with 250 points needed to win the game, you know, teams are looking to hit the 200 mark first.
Looking promising. You have 2 at the door. Quick melees. They may be able to get another one. They will get a double kill for their life. Sua, big cheese coming out from them. Oh, maybe the same thing as well. Try to re-engage that duel of window. Not gonna happen. So for right now, Eclipse seems to be able to kind of rest on their laurels. They do eclipse the 200 mark first. A is where at least primary spawn will begin right now for Flare. Flare having problems catching up after Eclipse suddenly seems to have their footing in the right spot on the floor. Getting about, what, within 30 seconds. Now, Boosa and company, they just have to hold this rotation. C's gonna go away, which means they're gonna stand up top elevator, but Boosa's by himself. He's gonna wait on the spawns.
Mini Berserker over in gold doesn't play at all with his shock rifle. Didn't really see him pick up much with that. But they continue to score as they reach the 230 mark. Near 20 seconds left for them to take this game and maybe start swinging the momentum back in their favor.
He is all of a mirage. It is a trap. That's where Eclipse was trying to beckon Flare. They've got a challenge either to A or B. Neither one seems to be in the cards. I feel like this is just going to be ran out. We've got a game 4. We've got a series. We've got Eclipse finding their identity. And it's apparently on the big, beautiful shoulders of Ninja Dilly.
Beautiful.
Superb. Pristine.
But now as Eclipse takes this game, they're looking ahead to an oddball on Lattice.
Woo.
Just thinking, how can they take that game and take this to a game 5? Because as Flare sits up 2-1, the only way Eclipse can win this is with a reverse sweep.
It'll be a heck of a showcase as our first series at least broadcasted. Another one is happening right now. I think we've got Unks versus 1. I think that is happening on the other side. But Ninja Dilly with 6.2k damage is nearly 1,000 plus off of what he ended up absorbing as well. That's the tail of the tape right there. A heck of a start. They got a overkill to kick things off. A lot of good camo play, and it felt like even when they fell, I think it was like a 50 or 60 point differential deficit to what Flare had posted up with. They won 2 solid rotations and then baited B like it just line on a hook, or a hook on a line rather. So, hey, that's what you got to do. You got a good pocket of talent right now for both these Luminon gangs. So we'll see if this one does go to game 5. But Lattice Oddball, are you a lover of Oddball or a hater of Oddball? Where do you lean more?
Oddball for me, it really depends, honestly.
Okay.
You know, I have good games, I have bad games. I think we all have good games, bad games. But
Oddball.
depends on the team I'm playing with, the team I'm playing against. We'll see which of these teams is gonna take it in just a moment as we load up the game. I'm excited for this one.
Most lukewarm response. I hate Oddball. Absolutely. I hate it so much. I will tell you right now, Synth, I love watching Oddball because often people are just better at Oddball than me. But Oddball playing it, it does not matter. I could have Last Shot himself, or I could have a comatose patient. It doesn't matter. They will both disappoint me. Nothing good happens in Oddball for my games.
Off the opening start here, we've got even kills for these 2 teams, as Flare actually ends up picking up more kills, starts to stagger their spawns off the open here, as Hayabusa and Dilly are left with the last 2 alive. Dilly will fall. They should have a solid setup here over by blue.
Prioritizing having that reset bridge. Not sure if they still have sniper, if that's still in the hands of someone else. But either way, it ends up being where all of Flare is going to deny top blue. 15 points early, and then they decide to play ball, give them the old rope-a-dope QT online. Spookeezy holding an off-flank angle. They have to go and reacquire the ball and see if they can get rid of the rest of Eclipse. Boosa at absolute, and that means that they're on a staggered spawn now with their teammates. This has 7 in the hands, I think, of Bales. I don't think it has any other bullets in it, though. So they've gone through that salvo. This ball continues to be in proper red hands.
Mini Berserker there just escaping that team fight with his GT, staying alive to fight another day. And fight another day he will as 2 of Flare fall. Make that 3 of Flare as the 1v1 on the map, and Ninja Dilly will fall as well.
Enemy has the ball.
Not wrong. Quickest math. Eclipse has as many kills as Spookeezy +1. That's they've lost the last 2 major team engagements. That's kind of a defining situation for them. not really been able to control much more than coming from the low side of this map out from red ramp. They're having to fight upwards into the reset half. And now with that next play ball, 21 points, they did at least limit the amount that was gained. Bales had no idea that Busa was just popping squats and doing a workout next to him until it was too late.
As you did say that though, Flare did end up going 3 dead, which should mean some setup and some time for Eclipse. Speakeasy just working his way top mid as 2 members of Flare sit over by cargo side. Ninja Dilly hopefully pick up 2. We'll find his team will find both of those, and Nazcat and Speakeasy stuck in green.
Fantastic separation by Ninja Dilly on the repulsor. Trying to dodge away from the would-be melee. Those melees have just not been happening across this series so far. Ninja Dilly and the rest of this end up now with the lead. It feels like Flare's kind of giving up this early ghost. Speakeasy will go very weak. Snipers nearby and in the hands now of Mini B. See if they can at least toss that ball away to their teammate as they continue to acquire and see if they can claim a little bit more territory. Now this is a dangerous way to play. You're actually putting a power weapon in close proximity to your opponent. They have a chance to pick that up and there will be some bullets left. So there for Bales. Don't know if they'll really be able to use it. They're gonna try and at least space them with those frags. Oh, that jet stream screaming on by. That burns into a melee battle. But now the rest of the players seem to be pushing up this map and they might have a chance at the ball.
Looked like maybe Ninja picked up that sniper there. We'll see what he can maybe do with that. Maybe more than Mini Berserker was able to accomplish. Just playing very aggressive with it.
Enemy has the ball.
They do find themselves up almost 30 points at this point. As Flare falls 3 dead once more. They have just crossed the 50-point mark in the first round of this oddball. And Speakeasy, really the player on Flare trying to even out the kills. Is Nazcat and Mora 3 and 7 and 4 and 8 respectively. Eclipse will fall 3 dead though.
Enemy has the ball.
The situation you end up finding these rounds boil down into kind of micro metas of position and where the teams favor to set up. Everything's been basically top blue, rotating high, coming through green and kind of the other side of bridge. For Flare, has some solid control. Looks like they're going to try and do something similar again. Ninja Dilly disappears from the situation just after a 10-point game. Now look how they've changed their rotations. They're trying to come straight across bridge and attack them from on high portions of the map. QT available, Bales will go for it, and Spookies will be there to support. You got less than 2 minutes to go. Usually when you're about at this range of scoring, sub 100 is a possibility, majorly so, especially with only 100 seconds remaining between both these squads, which gives Eclipse a chance maybe to just go out and start slaying and maybe ignoring a little bit of score, but they'll decide to go for possession.
Enemy has the ball.
Really good rat play out of Nazcast there, just sitting on that box, waiting for his teammates to spawn up. Ninja playing a little too aggressive there. Just, ends up getting caught by both.
Enemy has the ball.
Players flipping into your favor, now scoring.
Enemy has the ball.
Some of them do fall though.
Ball drop.
Red ramps and pipes. With the call-offs, they know that they're coming in. So the other side of red, one man down, making another. They win the 2v2 on the side of Eclipse. It is not good tidings if you're Flare, because now you don't have a chance to go back and get that ball. Bales might be in a nice position for sniping, but when you can't go and find a target, they've all decided to just kind of run it out towards that pipeline. You're basically left with no options. Hit him with the old sidekick, says Spookeasy. Ball is out here in open ice. Mini B trying to run away. They get reinforcements with him and Busa. Now they got a chance to just pick up that ball, but cleanup time here for Dramora might pay off. Oh!
Right into Bale's face there? No, not Bale.
Enemy has the ball.
Dramora. Straight into Dramora's face there. Flies.
Enemy has the ball.
Eclipse.
Ball drop.
And they
Enemy
find
has
that
the
kill.
ball.
2 dead for both teams right now. Hayabusa doing work. That will be round 1 for Eclipse.
So we're starting to see this one go sideways for Flare. They had a pretty decent start, about 21 points or so, but then from that point onward, Eclipse rewrote the map, took away territory. They're trying at least early challenge here for some S7, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they play this away from the reset point again. It seems that that's their prerogative, is to bring it upwards. But they also may just decide, all right, we're going to play a little bit more fortress heavy. We're going to stay off of this corner. We're going to go around this ramp and see if we can get some slaying. But a dependency for going to that reset bridge also lends itself to having basically open engagements. Oh, using that push. Great jet by Speacial, and now looks like they're in general control.
Bales once again picking up that sniper. We'll find at least one pick there. Just, you know, getting some kills to turn the map in their favor as they start to score, pick up our first points of the game. A lot of Eclipse just sitting on that blue side, but Ninja is making the Ninja play as he sneaks up on some members of Flare.
You know, aggressively, you can play out. I mean, ball time by Naz. I mean, he's solid Slayer, so they can kind of leave him by himself. Don't really need too much whenever it comes to like kind of power up and play. And they were playing forward of the midline of this map. Now, as they come out to half strength, Naz eventually goes down. This ball just kind of settles from the other side of red ramp, but that spawn is still going to be happening. I say that. Mini B finds one good kill. Should give a chance for the rest of Flare to come in, but I think they might have also been forced to the top side of Lattice. So everyone else will reinforce. Ball wasn't touched for a while. That means that they go and recover.
34 points Flare sit currently. A nice, comfortable lead, not too much, but you know, at least enough to keep them ahead of Eclipse as they still sit at 0 points with 3:20 left in this game.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
It's right there.
Ball dropped.
But eventually, it looks like Eclipse finally has at least reconciled. Sniper will be up in 20, and it's been semi-impactful in general since it's for just regular defense, but they've not been able to align it here in the second round for it to matter too much for where they've decided to position. Micro meta into round 2 has been holding this ball opposite lane over towards this window that Mini B is actually sitting into. See a lot of teams that like to do this, and it actually takes away those sightlines of the sniper depending on how you intend to run it. Now this ball is in open ice, right outside of low mid.
Enemy has the ball.
Eclipse
Ball
looks like they're about to take over
Enemy has
this
the ball.
lead.
Ball dropped.
They know that there is a surplus of members coming out of Flare.
Enemy has the ball.
I believe either Speacial or Nazcast ended up picking up that sniper there,
Enemy has the ball.
and they're just kind of sitting over towards that
Ball
red
dropped.
ledge side,
Enemy has the
trying to
ball.
pick up as many kills as they can, but you know, Eclipse starting to flip this back towards their
Ball dropped.
favor
Ball out of bounds.
as they pick up one more kill onto Remora. Nazcast with the sniper. 3 dead for Eclipse.
Really need to make this an impactful moment because it feels like Eclipse has definitely just been dictating dog on a leash style where Flare is going to go. And Flare, with these great starts, have not had great mid games or finishes.
Enemy has the
Speacial
ball. Ball dropped.
trying to combine, at least with what's left behind enemy lines, giving as much info as possible, wants to get rid of what they deem to be the more dangerous foe, and then they are left with too many options and too little time to take care of it.
I do really like that play though,
Enemy has
just
the
waiting,
ball.
getting information, trying to see what they can shoot before firing,
Ball dropped.
but unfortunately doesn't exactly work out.
Enemy has the ball.
Nazcast will
dropped.
fall, make that 3 dead for Flare.
Enemy has the ball.
Hayabusa
Ball
sitting
dropped.
24 and 8, 30 plus seconds of objective time. Kind of controlling this game. Eclipse.
You're 25 seconds away from a game 5 and the possibility of a reverse sweep at least being unlocked.
Victory. Ball dropped.
Eclipse has done really well to try and force it. It seems the Luminon brothers have a chance to at least fight back with Busa, the Busa bus parking right in front of them. This one's been picked up right nearby. Is that a stick? Won't matter. It's going to be a lot of pressure by Busa. Ninja Dilly and him will run on through and in. Nazcast really can't do too much, and in fact, from the grave will do little. 15 seconds left to go. Game 5 Slayer.
As Flare falls 4 dead there, I mean, there's just not much they can do off this. They really just have to move as fast as they can, but with only 4 seconds left, that just about seals game for them. And we are going into a Game 5 Slayer on Vacancy.
Ooh, okay. That's going to be a fun map to figure out how this will all go, but Luminon versus Luminon. Who knew it would go to a game number 5? Solid starts from out of Flare, but it feels like it was all of a flicker of a flame that's flared out at this point because Eclipse takes away their fast starts and limits their function now more into a dysfunction. So let's see how these guys overall looked. I mean, it felt like obviously Busa had a great ending to this, but we got to give some flowers to the initial beginnings. It was like what, 20 points, like 34 points, and then they ended up just kind of stretching them out into these engagements that they were staggered 1 and 2 at a time, and Flare just really wasn't able to be anywhere. Even though we saw some very smart like intel gathering plays, nothing really came from it.
Yeah, just not seeing much from Flare towards the later half of that game. Just really allowing
Slayer.
Eclipse to do more on the map, and that led to their downfall eventually. Also, a lot more kills starting to go towards the side of Eclipse, and as we move into a Slayer, that is looking good for them if they can be picking up more kills than Flare.
First 50 gang, or at least having the most whenever the timer hits 0. See how this one burns out. It's game 5 already here in round 1 of our group stages of the Keiser Classic. Go Seahawks, give some love over to good old KU. They're going to give them some love here on their channel as well as Pembroke Pines location. Make sure to do so. But let's see how this one goes, because Nazcast, they started off with a Slayer plus, or rather a Killing Spree plus last time. This time around, they'll at least have one off of their own life. Well, this, like both these teams are ultra locked in on each other.
2 dead repeatedly will fall Flare as Eclipse starts to stagger their spawns. A 1-point lead on the opening strat here. Make it 0 as Hayabusa falls green door. Mini B with a shock though. Will eventually fall. Ninja Dilly making the ninja play. Will get enough damage to keep Bales off of that blue tower. Book easy though with the double.
We're gonna be seeing this a lot. Feels like obviously Vacancy is built for very quick rotation, especially with the way that you can go low mid just in a high priority, as well as a lot of sightline coverage. You have it from both side towers on opposite ends of this map, and you have a lot of ability to just kind of get there as quick as just lightning. For these guys, you don't really even need to prioritize too much of shock rifle spawns. They can't even really do it with the way they've been swarmed over and over and over again. Mini B has to back on up as suddenly the spiral staircase is infected with Flare players, and suddenly they have a 4-kill lead on them.
4 kills isn't that much in Slayer, but it is enough to start to turn the game in their favor. Just, you know, they really have to continue getting these kills, getting the 2 deads, getting the 3 deads, 4 deads. It's not looking good. Spook Easy does pick up 2 there. An excellent double melee. His melees are hitting.
He's got giant fists, looking like Wario. Hit him with the same thing. Seeing what he can be able to get done. Oh, there goes Naz. Drops straight into the pit of misery, trying to walk away with at least 1 kill. BR gang gang, Hayabusa doing it. But Mini B ends up falling quickly. 2 deaths. Bales, 7 and 4. Will rejoin the rest of the squad. They go top side of a red tower. 25 seconds, the shock rifle will come up. It starts becoming more of a toy that's gained by the few that have that lead. 4 points ahead for the moment.
We take a second to appreciate how beautiful that Wario impression was.
Thank you.
I mean, man,
I,
it's just...
I practice a lot in my car alone.
Yeah, okay. As you have fooling around though, Eclipse bring this into a 3-point game. Looking better and better for them. Mini Berserker just trying to live back. He sits 10-5, really dominating the kills at this point, keeping this game reasonable for his team. As it's just now 1 kill.
Squad is being duct taped together by the efforts of Mini Berserker, trying to keep it afloat and trying to keep all the holes from flooding them out. 3-kill lead seems to be about where we're averaging right now in favor of Flare. And I mean, not a lot of their stuff is assisted. A heavy priority of Spookeasy being the one that's laying down the damage. He's 8-6 with those 8 assists. Remora just off angle alongside Bales. They're trying to play through this door, but they have to cover their 6 as well, and they're trying to be pushing up through this low side of Sewer. One good melee deserves another. They will punch him in the old breastplate. And that's still about 4 or 5 kills up. Shock rifle being ejected from Ninja Dilly. Uso wants to drop in as well.
So unfortunately fall though. As might Sua, as he says 1 shot. With the team help though, he should be able to get his shields again. Hayabusa making the hero play, but will unfortunately fall. Nora drives Billy as Nazca wraps around for the 4 dead, make this a 3-kill game.
It's all gonna settle. Sua was given comms that Naz was still off secret off that little plateau. And eventually Naz is cleared. So this one's gonna start to creep into one of 2 territories. Either it ramps up to an untenable pace where both these teams will just gain on one another, which we are gained completely. We're tied at 33 all. Or you're gonna see us settle down, have a little kind of micro timeout between everything. And the midline of this map has established that. They're over towards this hotel side. Flare is now feeling like they don't want to give it up. And maybe they're starting to kind of see the ghosts of games past where they've had those early leads now go away. Very hurt. 2 players trying to escape, and they scare off Sua.
Sua with a crazy amount of damage for Mini to pick up on. They start to take a lead for the first time in this game since the very early portion. Easy though in red will find the kill onto Mini Berserker with the nice 5 shots of the blink strafe. Hayabusa just trying to deal some damage though. We'll find 2 players in jail and will not be able to escape those. They're trying to make a play bottom mid.
Oh, they gotta watch out. Oh, I was wondering about that. They were just throwing frag after frag, trying to turn it into a blast zone, but the dynamite eventually ran out. The shots are gonna be last touched outside by Flare. 40 eclipsed first, just a little bit. Doesn't matter, we're both at 40. These final duels, you over-invade, Bales into a 1 versus 3. Get an overkill by Ninja Dilly. That is the 2nd of the series.
Ninja Dilly's gonna have a highlight montage after this.
Boosa.
Oh, Boosa loses that fight, but Mini Berserker in there to clean up 2 for a triple.
No.
Does eventually fall for the nade though, but that's a temporary 3 down for Flare, as Eclipse should be picking up some more control on this map. You see Hayabusa and Mini up into red almost. Hayabusa will fall, leaving Mini on his own. Can he escape? Easy on DR, but will eventually fall. Lead back towards Flare by 1 kill. I'm expecting this to slow down a lot towards the end of this game here.
5 minutes
last 2 kills
remaining.
will determine who wins.
See if anyone might be able to survive it off a shock rifle. Dude hit the lightning and hit it from distance. Suddenly it's a lead change back. As much as it slows down, it ramps up in these brief bursts. Busa dueling against Bales.
Risky fight there.
Oh my goodness, they fall another one out the door, looking for a melee. They get another one. It's within 1 kill to get the reverse sweep. That's all they need. Eclipse trying to be able to give it back to their bros on the other side of LG's hands. Mini Berserker, the lone invaders all outside of hut. All the other three on the other side of hotel. They know they've got him down. They just need one trade. They're gonna chase him down. Won't be able to get it with the shock rifle. Where does it go? 50-50 coin flip. It goes over to, oh my goodness. Last ditch efforts. Eclipse pulls it out.
Wow. Incredible performance there. They brought back the point deficit, and they pick up the win. Really excellent plays out of Mini Berserker. 19 kills, almost
Wow.
2/5 of the lobby. Really just cleaning up on his teammates' work. And clearly doing some of his own, plus 1,300 damage. Mini Berserker really dominating that last game there, making it much easier for his teammates to get the win.